To get you, Barbara.
What an excellent day for an exorcism.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
I like to dissect girls. Did you know I'm utterly insane?
I am the devil, and I am here to do the devil's work.
We have such sights to show you.
Who's laughing now?
I get crazy. Kill you all. I'm the nightmare you ever had. I am your worst dream come true. I'm everything you ever were afraid of.
They're here. Here we are.
Oh.
Good evening, everybody.
Hello. Long time no see, you guys.
Oh my God, I know. I'm just feeling better. I'm so sorry about last week. That was my fault because I got really sick. I haven't been to work in like a week and a half. So last week was just like, I was feeling good. And then I started throwing up and I'm like, okay. The nausea set in. So I was like, all right, let's not.
Cut it. I cut it at the throwing up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be. I don't even like when I barf. So, you know.
That's fair. That's fair.
But I'm glad you're feeling better.
It would have been fitting though for our topic this week.
Well, you're not wrong.
You should have dressed up like Reagan and just did a little, you know.
You get you a spinning chair and just kind of get your head go around in circles. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Still to this day, OG Exorcist, one of my most favorite horror movies. And it's not that it scares me, it's just I love that concept. You know?
Oh yeah. Great movie. Not so sure I'm looking forward to the remake yet. I don't know.
Excuse me.
I'm skeptical.
I guess we'll see. I don't know. I'm always skeptical about like remakes and stuff.
It's true. But Richard, Joshua, Timothy, how you guys doing? I'm sorry, Josh. Today, man. You have 2 weeks to be 100%. I believe, yes, 2 weeks is enough. After that, Lauren, you're just being a crybaby. So get over it. No, I'm just kidding. That's rude.
No, I mean, after 2 weeks, I better not be fucking sick. I mean, right now, my throat's a little, still meh. But, yeah, 2 weeks for those who've been tuning in. We're going to Texas Frightmare. Miguel and I are going in 2 weeks, so I better be fucking ready.
It says it right down there. Anyone going to Frightmare weekend? 100%. Cannot wait to be there. Hey Gary, how you doing? Didn't Stephen King catch a space disease in Creepshow? He absolutely did. I forget what that one was called, but it was a short. It basically turns into a giant ball of moss. I love that one.
That's a little tame for Steve, don't you think?
I mean,
a moss ball.
I mean, the way they did it was really cool. And I loved that short. I love the Creepshow movies. I think there's 2 of them.
Yeah.
There might be 3. No, I think just 2. But either way, they're wonderful. George A. Romero is a part of those, directing and writing. Just awesome stuff. Awesome.
So forgive me for being a noob, you guys, but what is Texas Frightmare weekend? Is it like a big con? Like, what is that? What's going on with that?
Basically, yeah, it's a convention that they have in Texas. Dallas-Fort Worth is where it is. It was there last year. It's going to be there this year as well. Yeah, sometimes they have, unfortunately, a lot of celebrities are actually canceling this year, probably because of COVID and stuff. But, yeah, like actors come out. there's going to be a lot of cool actors that are going to be there. They have their own meet and greets, like you can, get their autographs. I know that on Thursday they have they're going to be having like an indie movie night. Is that right? Is that right? Are they doing just trailers, or are they actually doing films this year?
They will have films, independent films, and they're on Thursday night. Richard, let me know. I forget which movie. I think it's Suspiria is going to be playing at the Alamo Draft House, and they have like a deal with them going on. I think I have the movie wrong, so help me out with that. Because it's a lot of fun to hang out with the crowds. I mean, we did a fake movie trailer contest with everybody.
That was so much fun.
That was some awesome stuff. I love that.
Hopefully next year we'll get to do that.
Oh, heck yeah. I got some plans for that, 100%.
And Bree, I don't know if you're big on acting or if you're into it, but it's a lot of fun. Like we just made a fake movie trailer and submitted it. It was really good time.
I'm so down.
Yeah.
I'm so down. I was a theater kid in high school. I can do some stuff, although I don't know how to make this sound nice. I'm not very good at screaming. I'm not a good maybe it's because I don't raise my voice that much in like normal life, and I don't like when people yell at me. So like I've never
triggering.
Right? Yeah.
For
well,
sure.
Maybe I'll do one of those. Like maybe I'll just be like the cop. Something going down, or I don't know.
Well,
but that sounds like a blast, you guys. I'm jealous. I saw like in the little promo that you just showed, Miguel, I saw Joe Bob in there, and I have a fondness for Joe Bob. When I was a kid, I used to watch his show, and he's still on, still kicking, still doing it. So maybe I'm showing my age, but
he does an awesome job, and I believe he's going to be there this year too. So I'm very excited.
Get thanks. Love Joe Bob.
You have to come with us next year because it is just unbelievably fun.
Absolutely, totally down. Let's go. I'll buy my ticket now.
I know we need more girls to go.
Yeah.
That would be very nice.
I love it.
And then let me check this. Okay, there we go. Joshua, absolutely correct. If anyone has anyone in the Middle East right now that's trying to get out of there,
yes, Jesus Christ,
in the thoughts right now, because that's just
absolutely.
It's been 20 years since people have really talked about Afghanistan and all that stuff, and now it's just, oh my God.
I was reading some news stories today while I was on my lunch about just the sheer terror that these poor people are going through, and they're saying that they're going literally door to door, knocking on doors like the Gestapo. Like, I mean, what they are, I guess. I mean, just like
pretty much,
ripping people out of their houses. I can't even imagine. So absolutely hit the nail on the head with that one.
Yeah. And on a lighter note, though, Richard. Okay, thank you. That's the proper movie. A Clockwork Orange, and Michael McDowell will be there.
I'm excited for that. That was such a trippy movie.
One of my favorites. I have Alex's eye tattooed on my foot. I'll take a picture and put it on Instagram if you guys want.
That is really dope.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome.
But I've had this costume saved for like 3 or 4 years, but I have like a little Droog costume that I'm gonna wear to a Halloween party like eventually. I got the hat, I got the little suspenders, I got the little shorts, I got everything. I'll wear it eventually. Maybe this year we'll bust it out and we'll do it. Finally. I've had it forever. But
yes, that would be awesome. Actually, I'm trying to get everyone I can to go to Vegas for Halloween this year because I got a suite over on Fremont. And what I'm told is Fremont just gets absolutely insane. I mean, it's already a party every weekend, and this is just going to be on top of that. And everyone dresses up. And I've never been to Halloween or Vegas for Halloween. Excuse me.
I haven't either.
I think it's going to be incredible. So if everyone wants to go, we'll just cram into this suite, so no one has to pay for a room.
Well, it's my anniversary, so if I did go, I'm definitely not going to be crammed in a room with a bunch of people.
Be 30 of us. Great.
You know what? I've actually never been to Vegas. I've been to the airport for a layover.
Oh.
I've seen the strip from like in the air on the plane, but I've never like been to Vegas.
Well,
So that
you know
was
what?
cool.
We're gonna have to go visit Jessie, and I'm so sorry. I don't remember the other girl's name. What's her name?
Jesse. Oh, Melissa.
Melissa. Yeah.
Yeah, the new one.
Yes.
Yes, that would be wonderful.
Speaking of segue.
We're a
Next
chain,
go.
you guys.
Yeah.
I'm getting to that 1 million horror served one day.
I had to throw in a little Dolly moment there for you guys. I'm a chain.
Steel Magnolias.
Yes.
Great
Love it.
movie.
Love it.
That's a sad movie. So sad.
Yeah, it's very sad, but so good.
It has a happy ending though, Miguel.
You know,
Relatively happy.
I don't remember the ending. I haven't seen that movie in such a long time.
Well, spoiler, they all die.
I was afraid of that. All right, we're way off topic. Oh my god. Diseases from space. Okay. That's a lot of things happen in Vegas. And diseases are some of those things. They might be from space.
Did we have a Would You Rather this week?
Oh yeah. I just want to make sure we said the topic because I don't think we said what topic we're covering.
Oh, okay.
The schedule got a little bumped because of the world's weird, but yes.
Yeah, and I got sick, so sorry guys.
No, don't apologize.
No.
How dare I be human? Oh, I'm drinking this evening. I'm having some Prosecco.
That looks delicious.
A little strawberries in it because I'm fancy.
Very bouge. I like it.
Almost spilled it on my lap.
That's what you do with Prosecco. You spill it, right?
I guess. I guess I get hungry.
Nice.
Snack.
And that is 100% true, Joshua. That movie line, I can't see with those glasses, but that's actually from.
That's so sad.
Girl.
What? My Girl?
My girl. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay.
But he needs his glasses. He can't see without his glasses.
Oh,
bawling. Oh my god.
And I've always loved that name because of that movie, Veda. I always thought that was so pretty. Veda. That's so pretty. Isn't that her name? The little girl, Veda? That's her name, right? Okay.
I forget.
All right. So, would you rather? I've got it on deck for you guys. Are you guys ready?
I'm ready for this.
All right. So, would you rather live another 100 years with your body in a state of perfect health or just age normally?
For that 100 years. So
that's what I interpreted it to mean. So I'm
okay.
Gonna go with that.
Oh man. I want to live in perfect health because I am vain. And I know that old people look old for longer than they look young. So I don't want to keep aging. You know what? Does that make sense? Like, I don't want to keep getting old and old and old. Like, I'd rather look, have my body in perfect health. And I assume perfect health meaning like probably right now is like my peak health. Well, not besides being sick. Not my peak health. Besides being sick, I think, I work out more at this stage in my life. I eat better usually. So right now, hopefully, I want to live this for another 100 years.
I get that.
Yeah.
I like Joshua's here. Live normally because health never been perfect. And if you had perfect health, you'd probably go nuts. Fair. That's very fair. Like,
that's 100% fair. Yeah.
Richard, perfect health.
Yeah. I think it's interesting because I was thinking about this because this is just how my brain works. I'm totally random up here. It's all random. I was thinking about like immortality. Like, would it really be cool to be immortal? Like, granted, you have endless time to do everything that you ever wanted to do, read every book you wanted to read, master any instrument you ever wanted to master. But I don't know. I think after what, like 100 years, maybe you would get bored. You would kind of run out of things. So as far as living for the next 100 years in a state of perfect health or just aging normally, perfect health, I think, would be ideal because, old people they're old, so they don't feel well and their bodies kind of break down. But I don't know. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
But given like a snap judgment, I would probably want to stay healthy though.
Me too.
If I'm gonna have another 100 years, I'm gonna want to be able to enjoy it and feel good and go out and do stuff with that 100 years. So cool. I'd probably want to stay healthy. But who knows? In that 100 years, you could wind up getting in a horrible car accident or something anyway, so your health wouldn't matter. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm with Charlie on this one, because either way, that would suck to outlive other family members. Because right now, with my super hardcore rock and roll lifestyle, I should be like the first one in my family to just die. So like I don't have to worry about any of that stuff. I don't have to plan for the future. There's no bills when you die at 45, so it's like fully cool. 100 more years of this? I don't know. If I age normally, at least, then I would look old, so people might take care of me just for the sheer fact that I look frail and old.
You would milk it so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%.
Is there that Nigerian prince calling you?
What do you call it? No, it's my buddy Art. I don't know. He's just trying to get a hold of me by accident. All right, Art.
You should have just gone with it. I was trying to be silly.
The
Nigerian prince wants some money.
It's not a scam. He's just he's in a tough spot. All right, give him a break. Give that Nigerian prince a break. Timothy says normal aging. Hey Cam, how are you doing? There's another 520 weeks to flatten the curve. That's all we need. Another 520 weeks. That's minimum.
Yeah, hopefully maybe in 100 years we might be out of this disaster, this COVID disaster, but who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we're not in some kind of weird freaking camps.
I do not want that. That doesn't sound like fun. Unless they have arts and crafts and nature walks, then it could be a cool camp. I'm just saying. Depends on what kind of camp you're talking about.
Campfires.
Summer camps sound so cool, but I went to a summer camp when I was a kid. It was a Christian summer camp, and although I did have some fun, there's like a whole little weird subculture with summer camp.
Oh my god. I got kicked out of my Christian summer camp when I was a teenager for getting drunk in the bathrooms.
Nice.
Okay.
There's one way to do it.
What?
Oh my god. And Lex, another 100 years on this earth. Hell, yes, Lex. That's exactly what I was thinking. Like, I don't know about all that. I already don't like a lot of people I hang out with now. And people, they're not getting better.
No.
Yeah.
It's all going downhill. But Lex, that's a good point. I like that. So maybe that leads me to think that, like, if I got to live through the next 100 years, maybe my brethren aliens will finally come and pick me up.
Finally. Fuck. Please.
And if I'm in perfect health, I'm a good specimen. So they'd want to take me anyway. They're like, yeah, she's good. Like, she's got good genes. She's got, I've got all that stuff they want. Although, if you watch some of these I got abducted by alien shows, some of these people that say they've been abducted, I'm like, why you? Why'd you get picked?
That's so mean. It's terrible.
I'm just saying, though. Like, whenever I watch these alien abduction shows, it's either like
old Jim Bob down at the creek,
or like old Carol Ann that just got picked up while they were out, tilling the fields or driving home in their truck, or it's like a super hot chick. So, like, I don't know. I would feel like my odds might be good.
Yeah, you guys still, both of you have a 50-50 chance in that category then, so you're good. There you go.
Right.
And
but honestly, I'm too much of a fangirl. They'd probably get annoyed and be like, no.
This one's enjoying
it too much. We've made a grave mistake.
Yeah.
What do you call it? We're gonna need our tracker of you back. Sorry, get out of here. Oh man, and if you guys
running around the ship, like, what's this do? Oh, what's that? Where are we going next? Where do you guys get? What's
touching everything?
Yeah, like Dee Dee from Dexter's Laboratory, just like getting in there and messing all the stuff up.
Send her back.
They just dropped me somewhere in like Siberia.
You're the only one to abduct the alien from their own ship.
Right. That'd be me bringing one back.
Oh, that would be pretty cool. Actually, I would pay good money if you stole an alien from their own ship. I would help out with that. I would crowdfund that for you.
That sounds fun, but then I feel like it would turn into like an ET situation. Like the government would just like commandeer my apartment, and they
God, I know.
He'd get sick, and then I would be like Elliot, like no, it would be. I would though. I'd be like, leave him alone.
Oh,
and then they would change the movie to like eliminate all the guns from the film.
So dumb. Oh. But real quick, just so you guys know, Lex is Girls, Gore, and Gin, Arizona, AZ, on Tuesdays. That is 7 p.m. as well, Pacific Standard Time. Her and Marlene doing a great job over there. They just talked about haunted locations throughout Arizona, and I got to learn some pretty cool stuff about some cathedrals and some hotels and just some all-around spooky stuff. And I appreciate that. So thank you so much, Lex, for that. And I'm gonna get a couple more of these comments real quick before I forget them. There's some redneck in Alabama. You know what? Maybe I should have read that one. I picked the wrong one. While he is loving his sister, a satellite dish stuck up his ass. So you're telling me there's an inbred family with alien technology within them, but not in the way that you could actually use it. So that sounds terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Within them.
Oh man, and here we go. Plot twist for Bree being stuck in the alien ship. While she's hitting buttons, she accidentally blows up Earth. So be careful with those buttons.
Oh no!
Accidentally? Was it really an accident though?
I'm going to blow up the Earth.
I was trying to help you guys out. I was just trying to help. That's all it was.
You know what? By that time, 100 years, we're probably going to have other planets where, like, a little bit on Mars over there, a little bit over here, a little spread out, hopefully. So we don't need Earth.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. I want to be 100% sure of life on other shit first.
I'm not going if it's an Elon Musk project. I'm not going.
No, thank you.
No, thanks. I'm not going. Sorry.
Oh, man. I'm going. I'm going to hang out with the Musk in space.
The Musk. I bet he smells like his name. I bet he's musky. Musky, dusty, crusty old fucking Elon.
I don't think I want to find out, actually. I'm going to avoid that. All right. But let's get into this, guys. Today's topic, diseases from space. It is time to find out some kind of interesting stuff. A lot of it seems like it's theories or hypotheses, so it's not for sure, but it's still very interesting to think about. A lot of conspiracy too, which I love. Does anybody have anything they wanted to start us off with? Because I got a couple of things too, so I'll let you guys pick who's going first.
I read that the Pandora Virus, which exploded in 2013, was basically thought to have come from space because it was found on pieces of a meteor off the coast of Chile, and then only in one little pond in Australia. So there's only 6% of anything else on Earth, basically, that shares any sort of genetic makeup to this thing. So it's not harmful to people as far as we know. Unless you're like a little tiny amoeba. But yeah, it's the largest genome of any viral genus. I had to look up what a genome was because, I don't remember biology. Basically, it's an organism's genes, like the history of any organism, And I guess it's the largest one that scientists have found. So,
Yeah.
Richard.
Yeah. So some other stuff I was reading up about it. This whole phenomenon, as far as diseases from space, the technical name for it is actually called panspermia.
Ew.
Yeah.
Not that kind of sperm, but technically yes.
You heard correctly, panspermia. And essentially how this works is basically, you know, comets, meteors, things like that, when they're traveling all through the vast multiple infinity that is space, you know, as they're traveling through, they kind of zip past all of these different places, sucking up all of this cosmic dust that's just blowing around in space. And within this cosmic dust is like little particles of all sorts of stuff. There's rocks, you know, ash, and also these little genomes that Miss Lauren's talking about. So when, you know, as so happens, whenever these comets or meteors or what have you crash down onto Earth, when they crash, they poof out this cosmic dust, or they crack open or whatever, and they release all of these little.
It's like it reminds me of like mushroom spores.
Exactly. That's exactly right. So again, as Miguel was saying, this is kind of a theory. It's not been ever proven. It's been hotly debated in the scientific world forever. Lots of scientists say, oh, it's utter bunkum and this, that, and the other. But you know, I always like to say that a lot of science is just one big guess, which is why we are testing things and retesting things and all of that stuff.
And science is basically just disproving something. It doesn't always prove things. Science is just disproving things so that you can make room for things that you can possibly prove.
Exactly. So in all of this research and this whole theory of should we say panspermia or just space sperm? What sounds better?
Space sperm.
Space sperm, that's what we'll call it. So within this theory of panspermia, you know, they've all sorts of different scientists that, you know, are open-minded enough to say like, oh yeah, that could be a possibility, because those scientists do exist where they're like, yeah, you know, that maybe that might be a thing.
You hashtagged it.
There we go. Yes, I love it.
Oh God.
What do you call it? Well, there are animals that they think, you know, especially in Australia, like you talked about, the Pandora virus is found in Australia. Yes, there are plenty of creatures.
Specifically, one little pond in Australia.
Yeah, even more remote, I'm guessing, and more. Gosh dang it, what's what I'm looking for? More. I don't want to say rare, but it's unlikely that would happen without some kind of external force coming inward. And I mean, there's a lot of crazy stuff on Earth. There's definitely, you just look at just natural occurring things and it's unbelievable, some of it. But even more unbelievable is creatures that don't act like anything else we have on the planet. I mean, you look at marsupials, you look at certain fish, how they react to certain chemicals.
Eels, we don't know how they reproduce.
Whales and dolphins, man. Like I said, I mention it every episode, and I'm going to keep doing it. I'm convinced whales and dolphins are aliens. Get with it. Well, maybe we'll talk about it on a later episode. Yes, we do. Weren't we saying we wanted to do an episode about the ocean and ocean life? And
yes.
What the heck is this? So there we go. I'll get into it. We'll get into it. But about this panspermia thing, I mean, they're saying, along with what Miguel's saying, how like we find these things on Earth and we have no idea what they are, or like where they came from, or how does it even work? We have no idea. But you know, there's these theories. You know, they're saying that, you know, this is where SARS came from. This is where mad cow disease came from. This is where the 1918 flu epidemic came from, because, you know, they've done research into all these things, and we have a little bit of a grasp of like what SARS is and what mad cow is, and at the same time, but nobody knows like, how did this start? Like it didn't just randomly pop up. Like, you know, spontaneous regeneration or generation has been disproved for hundreds of years. So it's like, we can't really track it. So this is where this kind of theory comes into play, that it's one of these space sperms that just landed and proliferated and came in contact with an unlucky soul, either animal or human, you know.
I mean, they were talking about in the comments here, Spore movie with Rick Moranis. I forget which one it's. I don't remember the proper name. It might be called Spore. But there was another one. I don't remember. Gosh dang it, who are the actors in it? But it's called Evolution, where this tiny little single cell organism comes and starts spreading and spreading until it gets all the way to, I think, like they look like dragons at one point. And they have like primate evolutionary, just unbelievably quick, and it's a hilarious movie. But it's exactly what we're talking about right now. Technically, kind of less, maybe a little more sci-fi. But it's hilarious.
We could even say that like one of my most favorite horror movies. I'm going to talk about it once more. I'm going to fit it in. The Thing. You know, that's exactly what that is. I mean, I don't know if you guys out there have seen The Thing. If you haven't, I might kill it a little bit for you. I'm sorry. It just relates to the topic. But anyway, you know, The Thing, they're out, you know, in the wilds of, I don't know if it's Antarctica or just they're way out in the cold, the Arctic, you know, doing stuff. I think they're oil. It's like oil. I don't know. I haven't watched it in a couple months, so forgive me. I forgot why they're there. But long story short, they come across a ship, an alien ship, and inside the ship, they bring it to the surface. They dig it out, and because they dug it out, this, you know, alien virus kind of comes out. And the way that this virus moves from person to person is that it gets into your body and then it just essentially tries to replicate what you are, which is why we get those weird, you know, disfigurements and why the guy's head pops off and it's a spider, you know, like all that stuff, because it doesn't understand our bodies. But essentially it's a disease from space. Like it gets into your body and then it starts to morph you and change you, and that's why your temperament changes. It's kind of like one of those zombie viruses that you guys seen that, like with bugs, they get that zombie virus and they start growing like weird.
Yeah, it's
like
crazy looking
and stuff.
But I'll try to find a picture real quick too, so people can kind of get a feel for it.
Like Venom and
Spider-Man. Yeah, kind of like
Spider-Man. I love that whole
like a symbiote.
Like the symbiote type, like
love a symbiote.
Really
yeah.
Cool. Super cool. But it's intelligent.
Yes.
I love a good intelligent virus.
Don't we all?
I don't think I like a germ that's smarter than me, though. Because then that germ just gets in your body and just sits and waits and watches how stupid you are, and it's just like, I'm gonna kill the hell out of you, but I'm just gonna let you enjoy it. Yeah, see, you got these little buggies with like these weird things that grow out
on top of its head. Yeah, it's insane. Actually, speaking of viruses being smarter than us, and you know, potentially life-threatening and super horrible. They did a study in space on E. coli. I believe it was E. coli, or different bacteria, basically. And it's not a virus; it's bacteria, so it's different, but it's still dangerous to us. And they find out that bacteria grows and actually amplifies how dangerous it is in space.
I think I read about this.
So that scared me, because I think it was like 2 to 3 to 7 times more deadly when it has a chance to grow in that zero gravity environment. Which that and the fact that it's already a clean environment too, I guess it doesn't have any kind of competition to grow anything else against it. So it's just constantly doing its job.
And didn't it infect the astronauts?
That was
they were experimenting up in space. Was it that?
It was a 1960s Russian flight team got sick from E. coli or salmonella, I think. And
or salmonella, I think is what it was. It was like a mutated salmonella.
Exactly. There wasn't a test they were doing then because they weren't really focused on that so much. But then the University of someplace that the name is right in front of me, Arizona, did more tests in 2006, and kind of furthered that thought pattern. Now, what scared me more was I was thinking like, man, chlamydia is a disease, and that's a bacteria. So here are some space STDs that would kill you very easily.
Here we go.
Chlamydia, gonorrhea, and syphilis, which are all sexually transmitted infections of bacteria that if you are in space, would grow much better in your body, and then you'd be murdered by STD super bacteria.
Murked.
So
Straight
enjoy
murked.
that thought if you ever want to go to space.
I don't think so. Especially if it's with Elon. I'm not going. I'm not going.
He's already got space herpes, I think. So he's gone. He's gone. He's dead.
I want his little herpes hands on me.
Anyway, I'm reading this comment from Joshua. It says, have you guys noticed that vaccinated people have an elevated amount of rage? I'm wondering if this is some kind of 28 days later rage virus.
Oh, shit.
I think that's just called 90 Day Fiance, because I watched that show and I'm very upset. So there's no injection needed. I just hate that show. God,
Oh, man.
Oh, Harbinger Down and Tomorrow War, both good movies right there. I see. Yeah, Tomorrow War. They did something similar, but it was a ship that they were carrying an alien on, or it wasn't an alien technically to us, but it was like a weapon for them, and it totally like ruined the world. And it's just Chris Pratt doing a good job being Chris Pratt. That was a good movie. I think Netflix or Hulu.
I saw bits and pieces of it.
I think that's an Amazon movie. Right?
Oh, I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's Amazon.
I've seen the little, you know how they do, like when you're scrolling through, they'll do
the
like
previews.
Like the little ad at the top of the screen where it's just like a big. It looks like like a movie billboard, but it's like just right at the top. I've seen those and they look cool. Like I've seen the photo artwork. You know what I mean? And it looks cool. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. I'm like in the middle of like 10 different things. So.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Always use condom in space, Richard says. Gotcha.
Always use condoms. You know what? Always use condoms. If you are one of those single folk out there like myself, and you find yourself in a bar late at one night, and a stormy night it is outside, so you will take refuge in your local TGI Friday bathroom, use a condom. All right, just be safe out there.
Where is there even a TGI Fridays anymore?
When there's a will, there's a way.
Not here. I've never been to one.
TGI Fridays. I mean, come on, man. At least take her to an Olive Garden. Like, really?
Come on, breadsticks, wine.
Oh, they're not all alien queens out there. They don't deserve breadsticks. Okay, so I'm sorry.
Free breadsticks? Who doesn't deserve the free breadsticks?
Well, speaking of space sperm, always use your condoms when you're traveling the universe, you guys. Because that's how Panspermia happens. It just randomly shoots out there and then comes back to Earth, and then it's COVID, So.
And then it's COVID. Yeah, it was probably Neil Armstrong that did it,
Neil!
He created friggin'
Damn it, Neil.
COVID.
Damn it, Neil.
And I was blaming some bat in China. Gosh dang it. I feel bad now.
Those Chinese bats.
I mean,
didn't do anything.
That's a whole episode on its own. About China making bioweapons illegally.
That could be. I mean, oh my gosh. There's oh, this is so off topic, and I don't remember all of the details off the top of my head, but there is something basically like DNA blackmail, where, because a lot of these sites, they have these open platforms, so you can help people find each other, their DNA, it's better for your background searches. And I get that aspect, but it also has this back door, basically, that if someone looks you up and you're an important person, they can use your DNA, what you might be sick with, or you might get sick against, like if you're extremely allergic, to basically blackmail you into doing things. Like they can make you sick without you knowing, or they can make you sick and then kidnap you. Like, hey, if you don't come with us, you're going to die right now, because we know exactly what you get sick with.
Well, I'm screwed.
That's a terrifying thought. I do not care for that one.
Uh-oh. Did you do one of those DNA things?
Yeah, I did.
Man, see, I've been wanting to. We almost did. Me and Miguel were going to.
It was, you know what? Honestly, though, it was actually pretty cool. It was actually pretty cool. I did it a few years ago, and then as more people do it, it builds up their database or what have you. So as more people do it, and then like I've gotten like emails, like every few months I'll get an email, that says like, oh, this person is like your 18th cousin 5 times removed or whatever. You know what I mean? So like it just builds kind of like this little network. But
man, I need to do that for my Cuban family.
Yeah.
But it's crazy.
Yeah.
My dad is I'm technically first generation. So I mean it's gonna be difficult to try to find family.
Yeah. I did it kind of in hopes of trying to track down my dad, because I'm one of those deadbeat dad children, unfortunately.
Aww.
Stupid asshole. But anyway, I'm trying to track him down because from what I understand, my dad was adopted. So like I can't really like find his family because he has his birth family and then of course like his adoptive family, which is still his family, of course. But like
and then, oh man, like if you do find it though, like you would be able to possibly look at any sort of history, like diseases in your family. Because holy shit, that would be some useful information to have.
Yeah.
Like any hereditary things.
Yeah. So maybe someday something will pop up, but
yeah, you never know. I think that's I do not mind giving my information like that out, not just for that reason, but just we got to learn more about each other and ourselves, you know? I mean, we keep talking about wanting to progress in this world and all that, and then we get scared from these things. Like, I know that's a terrifying thought I said earlier, but there's a lot of good that can come out of it too. So it's very difficult to not want to move forward on some of these things.
Yeah.
And I think the DNA background could really be helpful. Like, for my little sister has a form of cancer called ALPS, and it attacks her immune system. Very rare. It's, I think, 1 in 1,000 cases in North America. She's going to be in a textbook. She's very excited about that part.
She's excited.
But they wanted to do a DNA background test to see maybe if they can find any more of her family or anyone else who's had it and just see what's going on. There's a lot of things like that could be very good. And if you're up there with any babies, by the way, there's another little side bet to that. They found that in baby teeth, there is your DNA that is completely preserved. So you can go to a company that will save your baby teeth.
I have baby teeth still. I have 2 baby molars, one on each side right here.
That's what? You have really good DNA.
My regular these teeth never fell out. And I never got, so weird.
Not to make light of your sister or anything, but since this ALPS cancer that she has is so rare, maybe it's a space cancer.
You know, honestly,
could be, since it's so rare. I mean,
it's literally like
it's plausible.
0.02% of this particular small event that happens to people, or this branch of this disease. I can't even explain it honestly. They talk.
Is it genetic? So it's genetic then?
They think they're trying to find, because all they've been able to do is deal with the symptoms, make her more comfortable, and raise her immune system. Like, that's been the goal, is to fix that problem right there.
That's crazy.
Because ALPS itself isn't completely uncommon. It's just very rare still. Her form is even more rare than that.
She's a special gal.
She's super tough too. She's a tough little girl. She handles her stuff very well.
A girl.
Yeah, she is a trooper, and it's a lot. But there's a lot that points to this being something just they don't understand it.
That's crazy.
They don't understand it yet. I'll say that.
Yeah. Well, you could say this theory then aligns with a lot of like medical health stuff, because there's still so much stuff. I mean, especially lately, I feel like within the past like 5-10 years, these things were probably always there, but then, there's always that really horrible epidemic of doctors not giving a shit and like just throwing a diagnosis out there when that's really not the case,
or dismissing symptoms and
absolutely
things like that.
Doctors just ignoring people because they're just drug seeking, which I mean that exists, but it's
real
not
quick,
everybody.
guys, I'm so sorry, but we have 2 people. Kashana.
Oh, that's my friend Shawnee. Hey,
Yeah, I
Shawnee.
can't say, but wanted to say that she loves you, or he loves you. Yeah, and
I
Joshua
thought you
also has
popped
to get
in.
going. So both of you, thank you so much. Really do appreciate you being on.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just want to make sure we said bye to them. I think it was a second ago, so sorry about that.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
No worries. We'll repost. They can come back and watch later.
Please do.
But yeah, I mean, as far as all of these misdiagnoses, and like I said, within misdiagnoses, rather, although I don't know if that's still correct. But anyway, within, like I was saying, the past like 5 or 10 years, doctors are finding all this stuff, and like more, it's becoming a little bit more common for doctors to not be afraid to admit that we have no idea what this is, and all we can do is treat symptoms and hope for the best. But like, as far as finding cures for things, and when they have no idea what it actually is or how to get to the root of it, and then that's when this theory makes a little bit more sense, and why it should be a little bit more credited and not so poo-pooed.
Yeah. There's a lot of things out there that seemed crazy back in the day and now are just total common, just unbelievable common. So why not space stuff?
The Spanish flu, they thought the Spanish flu was from space as well. Back in the early 1900s, like 1918, it killed approximately like 20 million people. And they thought, at least a particular person, Sir Fred Hoyle, he was convinced that the comet dust, as you were saying earlier, Bree, the comet dust, got sucked up into the atmosphere, and it came down, and it was pushed down. The energy from sunspot activity pushed the virus down towards the Earth, and it's amplified like every 11 years. According to this guy. So they're thinking that it's probably the first large-scale alien invasion we've ever had was the Spanish flu. So, I mean, it's not 100% confirmed. Nobody really knows, but I mean, they're really kind of putting their money on possible comet dust.
Yeah, and then that just makes me think. I mean, we've seen movies in the past where it's like beings from other planets or other galaxies or what have you kind of send a virus to Earth because they recognize that we're terrible here, and they kind of use
throwing this shit anyway.
I mean, they kind of use Earth as a testing ground, and they'll send viruses to us to see, like, is this the one that'll do it? Is this the one? Is this the one? And then somehow we're like cockroaches. We keep popping up and living through shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's that theory too, where it's like, space diseases, it doesn't just get, like you were saying, Miss Lauren, about how it gets pushed down here just by the forces of, sunspots or just from a comet crash landing by accident or something like that. Like maybe it's something that's purposefully sent here where they're like, take this and let's see if this works, or we manufacture this germ, so we're going to send it here as like like I said, like a test to see like what kind of damage can it really do, or what does it really do to people, or how effective is it. We
are probably some higher alien beings petri dish.
I fully believe it 100%.
We probably are. They're like, add a little bit of this and see what happens. Right.
All the weird creatures and weird people that are in weird things and just overall weird that's here on Earth. I have to, a part of me absolutely believes that like Earth just happens to be a science experiment. Like stuff's coming here all the time, and they're just like, well,
we'll try this out today.
Let's just watch and see what happens and see what that is.
You call it Earth is a place that aliens won't let their kids out to play. I believe that. Actually, speaking of diseases from space and ways to kind of give them to the population, there's a more covert way that I think we haven't talked about in these conspiracy theories, but aliens coming amongst us and giving people diseases. And there's a movie that goes into this Boom. Space Babes from Outer Space.
Wow.
So that could.
Oh my god, we're gonna have to cosplay them.
That looks fun. I love that.
Space Babes from Outer Space. I remember this movie, the title, but I haven't seen it yet. But I'm pretty sure it's factual. It's probably very much based on science.
100% scientifically accurate.
Space babes.
Those outfits definitely will help you in space. You know, that's just it. Just seems
for
like
sure a CDC produced movie. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
This is 100%. One of their training videos.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got to be careful when Space Babes from Outer Space come to you. They are crafty, and they're gonna get breadsticks if they want them.
These are no TGI Fridays girls. These are Olive Garden girls for sure.
these are take them to Casey's Steakhouse kind of situation, which is a local steakhouse.
Wow. Okay.
Casey's Steakhouse. Woo.
Oh man, I actually love that place.
Wait, didn't somebody just get like stalked out at that steakhouse? Like,
yes, the radio host.
The radio host. That's right.
That poor
out
old
of nowhere.
guy. Yeah, I mean, he's just an old dude on the radio. He's pretty conservative, which he's a little more than I am because I'm pretty conservative myself. But he kind of goes that when you're a radio DJ, you have to be kind of far on one side. It's more polarizing.
Right.
But he's still a nice dude. He's always talked to people fairly respectfully, I've seen, and I've listened a couple times. And then some drunk guy in there is like grabbing on some girl, and he's like, "Oh, can you not do that?" And like trying to pull him aside, and just starts punching this old man.
Oh my god!
He broke his. I'm sorry. Does anyone help me here? The bone in your cheek
orbital.
right here.
It's your orbital bone.
Orbital. Thank you so much. Orbital bone.
It's around the eye.
Yeah, this one that's like right in your.
It orbits
your
your eyeball.
socket.
Yeah. Boom.
Yeah, your eye socket really, but this one right at the top of your cheek, right here.
Yeah.
That holds your eyeball in, or helps to hold your eyeball in. Didn't he get his jaw broken too? Maybe it was his jaw. Maybe it was his jaw. Eric,
this is available on YouTube right now. Actually, if you'd rather watch on there, it is also Girls, Gore, and Gin. Live every Thursday at 7 p.m.
And you can also watch old episodes if you like.
They're all there. Yeah. And starting basically this weekend from now on Tuesdays, 7 p.m., Girls, Gore, and Gin, Arizona is going. And
we're going to have to go visit them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I want to get everyone in one spot. Maybe get everyone to something haunted, and we'll all be there.
Yes. We should all just do like a big-ass trip to Salem, Massachusetts.
Yeah. Well, not Oregon. Yeah, no, I don't want to go there. But yes, absolutely.
I didn't know if I had to specify.
No, I felt what you're putting down. I got you. But Eric, yeah, you can watch Girls, Gore, and Gin on Thursdays at 7 p.m. either here on Facebook or YouTube. Girls, Gore, and Gin Arizona on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Same thing. Girls, Gore, and Gin Las Vegas will be starting up as soon as Melissa is back in Vegas. She's on her East Coast tour right now, getting some stuff done. So going to give her until she gets back and whatnot. Cool. And then LA is getting their stuff together as well. So very excited for all of that.
Ooh,
going full network into this. So I hope you all enjoy it.
Chain.
Yes. Just drink your juice, okay? You'll be fine.
And we are the Golden Empire Originals.
Yes. I was, when I think of the names, I didn't want to say Bakersfield. I don't know why.
Bakersfield gets a really bad rap. I don't, it's kind of, no. Don't put Bakersfield out there. Because they even make fun of us in films, so like in movies and shit. Mm-hmm. Like we're the butt of like Hollywood jokes.
Quite often. Yeah.
Well, everyone says that Bakersfield is the armpit of California, but I've always said that, I've said that Bakersfield is kind of more the belly button. Still kind of gross, kind of gross, stinky, but we're only a couple hours away from fun stuff. So
I know. And to be honest,
your belly button's really close to fun stuff. That's right.
LA didn't have any room to be talking right now because that homeless problem is out of control.
I agree.
Don't come for us.
No worries, Eric. YouTube for sure. Hey, Kat, how you doing? Glad to see you on here.
Hello.
And then it looks like Richard saying Area 51. That would be a good spot to actually visit.
Ooh, yeah.
That'd be a good one.
Party out in the desert.
Ooh, I like it. I like it. But
I'm
yeah,
just gonna go up and be like, "I'm here, guys.
Please come get me."
I brought a suitcase.
We'll have signs.
Here's me. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. That's me. I'm like, bye. I'm out. I'm out of here.
Later, fuckers.
I will live stream that for you. That's about the best I can do.
Yes. Live stream me getting abducted, like willfully.
What do you call it?
Oh
By
man,
aliens.
YouTube channel is gonna blow up.
By
I'm like
aliens.
that. Do you guys remember that chick in Independence Day that's like holding the sign?
Yes,
that
from
says,
the beginning, the very
Dumb.
like beginning theme.
That's
Those
me.
were bad. Those were bad aliens. If Will Smith doesn't like them, they're bad aliens. Okay.
Yeah, but that's a bad one. I should establish I'm only going if they're nice mostly and also of course super intelligent and they're gonna like teach me things. But if they're mean, I don't know. Although I am obsessed with xenomorphs and they're like meanest of the mean. Those are some bad dudes. And I mean bad as in cool and also bad as in they're gonna F you up like bad. So,
They're like the cool school bullies.
oh yeah. Yeah. They're like
They
and
go
then
murder
I've
you.
got all my xenomorph queens. I collect queens especially and
Oh, it's cool.
she's like the number one queen bitch. Like she don't care. She'll knock you down. Which is why I dig it. Because I'm like, I wish I was like that. That's why I admire her because I'm like, man, I wish I had that. But I'm more like Pee Wee Herman in that biker bar scene where he's like, excuse me. That's more me. I aspire to be the queen. Hence my name.
I would Richard. I would absolutely go with the killer clowns from outer space aliens. I would go hang out with them. Awesome. My friend was in LA earlier. Said it's only good for food and traffic jams. Honestly, there's some good stuff about LA, but that's pretty much the two main exports from LA.
Man,
now.
I really wanted to go to the bar Sinister, but they're requiring proof of vaccinations now. I don't mean to get all because
I'm not against
this
vaccines.
is political now because it was never about health. It's political. Like I don't feel like I should have to show you a card with my medical records on it because that's against HIPAA law. And these companies are bullying people into fine, if you want to get vaccinated, that's on you, but I don't think it should be forced on people. But I don't know. I'll get off my soapbox. So.
No, I totally agree with you, Lauren. I voluntarily got vaccinated, but it wasn't for any reason other than like maybe if I could help people with this, like if this is some big just like experimental drug or what have you, and in 10 years I grow a second set of boobs on my back or something. Okay, and then I'm entitled to financial compensation. But but I agree with you, Lauren. Like even though I am vaccinated, I still definitely believe that like there's got to be a limit. Like we can't be this place where
these companies can't force that kind of stuff on people. I said, it's against HIPAA law for them to ask you about your medical records.
It should be, at least I thought.
It is. HIPAA law, and companies are not allowed to ask you if you've been vaccinated of any type of medical records that you may have. And you could choose not to go there. That's fine. But at some point, it's like, wow, it's like, are all of these people going to be doing that? Because it's not. Those companies have no right to know whether or not I've been vaccinated.
And you have the right not to share that either. That's your private business. So,
yeah.
I mean,
100%.
I guess I won't go to stuff. Fine. That's my prerogative, and that's their prerogative not to let me. But it's getting ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's that damn space sperm. I'm telling you guys. That's why you got to wear a condom in space.
Space condoms. That's actually the next movie I'm writing right now, Space Condoms. It's very safe, but it's going to be a good movie still. It's going to be out of
Very
this world.
safe.
Call it. Anyway,
Plenty of screenings.
What's that trailer going to be like?
Get it, screenings. Didn't.
Boo! Oh my god. Oh. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap it for us tonight, guys. We are at time. Was there any last bit of space disease news you guys want to touch on before we wrap this one up?
It's all icky.
Diseases are icky.
Icky.
But we don't judge anybody for having them. Most times it's not their fault that they have them, like if it's a genetic thing or what have you. But, you know, I don't know.
Icky.
I don't know. I mean, I love outer space. I love reading about it. I love learning about it. But then things like this just kind of make me think of how scary space can be. You know, even just thinking about how big it is. Mm-hmm. There's like we can say that it's like limitless and it's huge, but even then our brains really can't.
We don't fathom that. Like, we don't understand what that is. And any type of like itty bitty little bacteria out in space could be detrimental to us here. Like, we have no idea.
Yeah. That's it.
So
clock's ticking, I think.
I
hate to be a doomsday person, but
I know one day we're gonna implode.
And then we're going to be the space worm. Oh my gosh, can you imagine?
We're going to spread our diseases to other planets.
Our planet implodes, and then all of the Earth space dust just goes flying out everywhere. And then some beautiful, awesome, peaceful planet with like gorgeous alien beings that are just peaceful and happy. And then one little like speck of our dust lands, and then it's.
My little lung dust is going to like land on someone's face. It's gonna destroy a village
here, and then it's all over with. And then the story continues, unfortunately.
The circle of the universe.
Damn. That's terrible. I don't like that circle at all.
No.
All right, guys.
Thanks
everyone for watching. We love all of you. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to us and all the new girls of Girls Gore Gin.
Because we're branching out. We're taking over. We're slowly spreading our little
creeping. We're creeping.
We're out there. We out there. We out there.
And yeah, it's only getting better, guys. Only getting more, and I cannot wait. Cannot wait for next week. We have some cool topics coming your way still. What is next week? We already have it planned out. I swear we do.
Our next week, Grim Reapers.
Grim Reapers in the world.
Yes.
That's gonna be awesome. Very excited for that.
One of my favorite people, Mr. Reaper. I wish I had a cowbell.
I got a fever.
The only cure is more cowbell. You knew it was coming.
Love it. All right, guys, we're out of here. Y'all have a great night.